not starting yet if you're tuning in. We're just testing the sound again.
I've done it.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. Right, we got all the stuff we need, Freds.
Has anybody joined yet?
Maybe no one's gonna say. Maybe no one will tune in today.
Of course not. Yeah. Oh no.
Oh hi, Mum.
Hi,
Hi, Lloyds. Oh, thanks for joining. We're going to start in a few minutes. Just waiting for some other people.
I'm the wrong way. I'm supposed to be that way.
I know, yeah, it's all back to front, isn't it?
Yes, it's back to front.
Is Teddy there? Shout out to Teddy. Oh, hi, Nanny. Oh, hi, Mark. I can see that. Good morning.
Good morning.
Are both the boys joining?
I don't know who they are.
No, that's Uncle Mark.
No, somebody did one. Alice.
Oh yeah, that's my sis. Oh, did she? Yeah, we'll just give it another minute and then we'll start.
My face is going the wrong way. It's supposed to go this way.
Yeah, no, yes, that's right, isn't it? This side, can you just make sure you're back and silent?
No, don't see that. What are you doing? Wait a moment.
Oh yeah, no, we'll
What are you doing?
Oh, hi Kate. Oh, so Percy and Henry are there. Hi to Percy and Henry. Thanks for joining. Freddie, don't touch the laptop.
Annabelle's there.
Annabelle? Oh, Annabelle! Hi, Freddie, don't, because you'll move the... That's it. Oh. Right, let's give it another minute and then we'll make a start.
Okay, let me count 1 minute currently. Don't count two.
Is there anything else we need, do you think?
Max and Freddie Hutton.
Oh, hi Pippa! Thanks for joining, Max, Freddie, thank you. I hear this is one of your favourite recipes. Hope it goes alright today. Right, come up here, you two. Freddie, come here. Come on. Right, I think we'll make a start in a minute.
Okay.
And a bit later we'll be asking the kids for some music ideas whilst the meatballs are cooking. So kids, if you've got any music requests while we're frying the meatballs, and you can have a little dance in your kitchen, so, yeah, start sending them in and we'll choose the best one.
Laura Matthews, son Elliot.
Oh, hi Elliot. Oh, thanks for tuning in. Thank
Is
you.
there 11 watching?
That's lovely.
Is there 11?
Yeah. So that's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's really lovely. Should we make a start? Say give it another minute.
It's already been like 7 minutes. Of course I
know,
have.
but just...
No, you said another minute, then another minute. That makes 2. Then that's not correct. Come on.
Right, should we...
That's 12. 12
That's great, lovely. I think there's a few others that we're going to join, so we'll just... Well, yeah, let's make a start then. Should we turn it? Can you put that wine glass away, please? You wanted to do a J as if it's a plastic one.
Yeah, look at this.
Well, let's put this away now.
Oh, he did come back.
Oh, did he? Yeah. That's a little joke Freddie likes to play on my friends. Right, so good morning everyone and thanks for joining us.
This is a plastic egg.
No, that's not, that's a real one. My name's Grace and these are my 2 kids.
This is
Do you want
a plastic
to say who you are? What's your name?
Eva.
And your name is?
Freddie.
Freddie, that's right. And so today we're going to make beef meatballs, and whilst the meatballs are cooking, we're going to do a little fun food experiment for the kids. Yes? Wow. Yes. And so before we start, if you don't know who I am, just a little bit about me. So I have the blog Happy Little Eaters, and I write about
what
family.
What do I have to do first?
Well, just wait for a minute and I'll tell you. And I write about meal times and how to try and get everyone eating one
I
family
love
meal,
mixing
how
it.
to get more
I love
variety into
mixing
kids'
it together.
diets. And
I like
this has
mixing
led
it.
to me going into schools and doing some workshops like this with kids. And obviously at the moment I can't really do that, so we thought we'd bring it here and see how this goes. Right, so before we start, I want to just do a checklist on the ingredients. So can we just go through, some of you, I mean this has taken weeks to find flour, so if you don't have it, it's not essential. And one egg, one onion,
Goggles.
some goggles,
Oh,
yes,
some
very
of this.
important. What's that?
What's that? Parsley.
Parsley, so yeah, and
Peas
again, you
and
don't need the
bacon
parsley.
And
What's that one?
Tomato.
Chopped tomatoes.
Um,
Oh, actually, yeah, some peas for later, frozen peas.
And whatever this is.
So this is some beef stock.
Yeah,
If you,
beef
if yeah, that you need that. I mean, I guess if you don't
olive
have beef stock, you
oil,
can use
a big
vegetable
bowl
stock.
of oil.
Olive oil, that's right.
2 spoons. And some peas.
So hopefully you've got all of that. That's right. And some
Plate.
plates, that's right. So let's move all that to the side now.
And a tissue.
So hopefully you've got all of that.
And a knife.
Thanks, guys.
A
I'll just move all
knife.
this there.
And scissors. And scissors.
Actually,
and
one thing I didn't put on the list was scissors. And if you can grab some just to chop up the herbs, but if you're not used to parsley or herbs, you don't have to put them in the meatball. So it's up to you.
It does make it a bit more nicer.
Do you think it makes it nicer? So right, okay. But yeah, it's up to you. And also, can I check you've washed your hands? So can we just maybe, you washed your hands?
Yeah.
So we always wash our hands before cooking. So hopefully all the children have washed their hands and the adults. Just give you a few seconds in case you haven't.
Stop.
And just whilst we're waiting for that, a quick note on safety. So when we're using knives
Or scissors.
peelers,
Or
scissors,
when you're cutting around,
Just be
you've got to hold
careful.
them like this. And
Exactly,
you
yes.
chop like this. And also, you have to peel this down.
Exactly, yes. Great, so hopefully you're all with me. The first thing I want the parents to do, if you can just grab some oil, I've got olive oil, can you just put a bit of a glug, I don't think that's a technical term, just a glug into a pan. I've just got this, I'm just using this, you kind of a frying pan, just put a glug into here, sort of about that. And put it on a really low heat so it can just start warming up whilst we do some food preparation. So that's probably best for the adults to do. Just do that.
What are we doing first? I forgot.
So actually, if you
What's the
have,
first one? You're going to get some meat
what we'll
out.
do is,
No, we don't. No, we don't.
what we're going to do is, the first thing we're going to
Oh,
do,
yes! We have to get a bowl and...
Yes. So
and
this is,
we have to
if you haven't touched an onion before, kids,
touch it.
yeah, if you haven't touched it, maybe you haven't chopped it. I'm going to chop it in down the middle for the kids, and they're going to have a bit each, and we're going to slice it. But I remember doing this as a kid, I think myself.
And you need
with
some
it.
glasses
Is we need our goggles because they make you cry, don't they, onions? So kids, get those goggles on if you've got them. If not, maybe some sunglasses, or when you don't need them. Or shout out to Lucas. Oh, thank you, Lucas, for joining. How old are you? Does it say? Fine. Well, thanks for joining. So, friends, you've already got glasses on, so you can keep the glasses on, or we'll do this. I'm going to chop these down. Now, let me just. This is how I cut an onion. So I'm going to slice it down the middle. So we've just got two halves. If there's just one child doing this, maybe the parent can do the other one. So can you first of all take the outer layer off? Ready?
I'm going to put these on.
Yeah, actually you can smell it already. I'm using a red onion, but just because I prefer the taste of it. But maybe you've got a white onion. Do you want to put the goggles on? So peel off that first layer.
Oh, I put
Fred,
off the second layer by accident.
These are your lensed goggles, so you can see. Right, you peeling off that first layer, Freds?
I put off the second layer by accident.
That's all right. And have you all peeled off the outer layer? Because we don't eat this bit. You can probably smell how strong it is.
Why chop it like this?
Let's pull this off. Actually, let
And
me
then
pull
you
it.
have to
You
chop
can pull
it,
it, yeah.
and then it'll come like out like that.
So we're going to slice it like this. Actually, Eva, if I do this first bit, I'm going, if you can see this half, but I'm going to slice it as thinly as you can, kids.
Can I have it like this?
Yeah, depending how old your child is, you might want to help them, but if you're around this age, just try and do it thin slices, like
6.
there you go. So are you chopping at the same time as us? So that's it, well done.
This is not the first thing we actually did.
Is it not?
No, it isn't.
What did we do last time then?
First we cracked an egg.
Oh, did we? Okay. Right, Fred, we're going to do some chopping, thin slices. Do you want to use
We did
your...
that.
orange one, really.
Yeah, you're right-handed, aren't you? So we'll do that.
Orange one.
I don't know how I ended up with 2 right-handed kids when me and my husband had left, but what can you do, eh? That's it, yeah, nice and thin. So a little bit, well, actually, or you can slice them however you want to see them, really. That's it. Very good. That's it. So just maybe check on the heat of the oil, parents. I'm just going to have a quick check. That's coming up nicely. There, maybe turn up the heat a little bit. So yeah, keep slicing those. Is anyone's eyes watering? Or have you all got your goggles on?
Oh, you don't have to have goggles on, but your eyes might sting a little bit.
It might sting a bit. That's it. Well done, Freddie. Right, do you want me to help you with this? Because it's not that easy, is it? It's quite difficult.
That's the middle bit.
Isn't it?
That's
right. And you know, you don't have to use all the onion if you just want to put a little bit in.
Are we using all? Are you using?
You know, I think that's probably quite enough for us.
Yeah.
So now.
This is enough. Mommy, I'm not finished.
Okay, just mind those fingers when you do it.
Oh.
I think that's enough onion. I don't want too much onion.
No.
Yeah, lovely. Oh, that is stinging. Right, lovely. Let's put this in. Eva, I'm going to put. If you can put the onion, maybe the adults can do this. Put the onion into the oil in the pan.
Okay.
We'll just do that there, and then we're just going to fry it really slowly when we do the next bit. That's enough actually, Eva, because I don't want too much more than that really. Just give it just a low fry so that can cook slowly. Great, lovely. Yeah, you can take them off now. Mommy. So hopefully we're not going too fast. Has everyone chopped their onion and got it in the pan? Oh yeah, thanks, Eva.
That's not better.
Right.
You don't need to tell my hand.
It's okay, lovely. So, next bit. Does everyone have the parsley? If you do have it, but you don't want to put it in the meatballs today, maybe this is a good chance to sort of have a try. Oh man, try and give it a taste.
Mommy,
Oh, my eyes are really sick. So what we want to do with this is with the parsley. Can you start? What thing?
But we need. Can we use that threading thing?
Oh, yeah, we can. I don't know where it is, Freddie. So what we'll do
I
is.
know where it is.
Okay, fine. Okay, yeah. So with the parsley, maybe this is a new herb for everyone. So last week we spoke about trying things in small amounts. So maybe kids. Oh, thanks. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, this is something that was given to us. It's brilliant, actually. It's really good. You can sort of strip the herbs like that. So kids, if you're trying parsley for the first time, last time we spoke about trying things, just a small mouse portion. So tiny bits. And if you don't like the taste, just spit it out and just try like that. Have you tried, you've had parsley, haven't you, before? Any other sort of ideas for children who haven't tasted parsley before?
I don't know that one.
Let me just give the onions.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, give the onions a stir if you need to. So with the parsley, about a handful I use, or you can use a little bit less, or maybe kids who are watching, you don't want to have the parsley, so you can just watch us do it. Have you tried any yet, or do you want to give it a bit of a chop up?
If you're slow catching up, you can do this thing. So first thing we did, we chopped the onion.
Well, yeah, that's helpful, Freddie. Yeah.
Then we chop this.
Do you want to use the scissors now, Freddie, and just give that a bit of a chop? Yeah. If you haven't got any scissors, you could use your knife or just break it apart with your hands. Is there any kids out there? Have you tried any parsley yet? Are you adding it in? I mean, this is one of my favourite herbs, I must say. Love it.
Ollie's doing it. Holly Saunders.
Hi, oh thanks for joining. I wondered, did you get an equivalent to using an egg? Did you get any ideas or just, I think we said about using some breadcrumbs maybe? That's it, keep going, keep going.
17.
I can't find them.
17. I know where we are.
Do you? Okay. Yeah, let's just sort of give these a bit of a chop up a little bit.
Mummy, they're in here.
And then I think, are most of you done with the parsley? Oh, that's nice, Eva, that's lovely. Oh, it's very nice. Oh no, but Freddie, it doesn't matter now because we can use this. So with the parsley, let's keep that to the side. Do you have, what's the next on the list? And maybe just check those onions aren't burning. That's right. Does everyone have an egg? Has everyone got an egg here? So what, I mean, we've only got one, so one of you is going to decide who's going to crack it. Okay. So Freddie do it then. So, and if you haven't cracked an egg, how do you crack an egg? Then you sort of hit it on the side and then...
Otherwise it disgusting.
That's it. And there's no shell in there. How do you do that, Freddie? I always get shell in my food. That's excellent. So can you now crack the egg in the bowl? Get your. Has everyone got their mince? What they're using? So let's get this out of the. Can you get that out of the pack? I'll just check on those onions again.
Careful, careful.
Right, let me just. That's it. Just lovely. Let's just get that out. Lovely.
Freddie, that doesn't even matter. I like doing that.
Right, let's just pull this out. So is everyone? Are we? Hopefully we're not going too fast. Is everyone?
Because we're
Right,
supposed to.
That's right. Let's get this meat
Pour
out.
it in. We do one strip at a time.
Actually, we'll take, so yeah, with the egg,
Tip it out.
get the mince in there. Get the mince in there. And also get the parsley, if you're using it, and put that in the bowl here.
Okay.
So get that all in. And what else? We'll say it was an egg, parsley, and a bit of salt and pepper as well. If you've got the salt and pepper as well, if you like that. So yeah, this is a very, hopefully simple recipe that the whole family can enjoy. Let me check on those onions again.
Can I do the salt?
Yeah. So we're just frying those onions till they're a little bit soft looking. They're not so hard looking. So just do a little bit of salt and pepper. That's probably enough. That's enough. It is coming out.
You need a lot of
So yeah, so if those onions are soft, and actually ours are soft, I'm going to turn them off now. So maybe you want to do the same. I'll just take these off the heat. So this is the fun part, kids. So if you've got your mince, egg, and maybe parsley if you're using it, you need to get this mixed.
Freddie, I'll get you a spoon.
So either use your hands in there, or if kids, if you're not sure about doing that, maybe you want to use a spoon to start. So that's it. So just keep stirring.
Now for my hands.
Right, that's it.
Can you roll my sleeves up?
Yeah.
Can you roll my sleeves up?
Yeah.
My other one. My other one.
Yeah, so kids, yeah, get involved and give it a good old mix together. That's it. Get that egg. Because that egg was at the bottom, wasn't it? So keep going.
See, I don't like touching.
That's
This
it.
might turn out not well.
No, I think it'll be good. I think it'll be
I
good.
don't really.
Why? Does it feel strange? What does it feel like?
It really it smells.
Does it smell?
It smells like egg.
Well, that's a surprise, isn't it? It's the date today. It's the 10th, isn't it? Yeah.
But the 18th is.
It's the 10th, isn't it? It's Good Friday. You can have Easter eggs today.
You can.
Easter Sunday, though.
Any other shout outs to anyone?
We've got 5 Easter eggs.
Right, so is that nice and is that all
Roll
do you think that's rolled
up
enough?
a little bit more.
So how are you getting on with mixing the mince all together? Is it
Ow,
hopefully we're not going too fast for you? So parents, can you grab a teaspoon? We need a teaspoon for this.
Ready? Can I?
Well, let's have a look. Is that all
now?
Yeah.
No, I'm doing the finishing touches.
Is that mixed enough? That's great. So this is great for kids getting involved and feeling all those textures.
Ready? I
Now,
need to do
let me just do a little. I think that's mixed, isn't it?
That's
Do you think it's mixed?
And
That
then
looks
I'll
fantastic.
show you what we
You
have
show
to do.
them, yeah. So a
You
teaspoon.
get a teaspoon and then you put it in your hands and then you rub it together. You can roll it in different shapes. You can do a pancake. You can roll it into a sausage.
Yeah.
Oh.
So actually, yeah, we normally do like a teaspoon of the mixture, like this,
Or you can just
and roll it. Or what were you doing in
Or
the
you
day?
can just get. I was doing big.
You did like a big meatball, didn't you? Or you did a sausage. So a sausage.
Okay, this is the
Meatball.
big.
No, it wouldn't be a meatball, would it? It'd be a
So you
sausage
just do
shape.
one big meatball.
Yeah, maybe
I
don't
just
do
want
it too big because it
not
won't
that
cook
much
as well, will it?
Just
Parsley. Okay, yeah, take some of that out then.
porcelain.
Let's do a bit more.
Ready isn't like
So kids, how are you getting on? What shapes are you doing? Are you doing all little meatballs like this, or
But mine, I
are you
didn't
doing
get
other?
that
Oh
my
look, are you
little
doing like a little I think Freddie and Eva were doing little sort of squash little pancake shapes. Maybe you can do that.
That's my meatball.
What
I'm
shapes
trying
is
to
anyone doing?
star. And can I get a cookie cutter under it?
Not today, no. Because actually, you know, because when it
A
cooks,
sausage.
when it
Because I want to
cooks.
do a star.
So yeah, well, let's do that next time because I'm not sure where they are. Yeah, great. So
They're
keep
there.
rolling into shapes. Have we got
They're
any interesting shapes?
This will turn out well.
Oh, right, you're doing like a sausage shape. That's a
I'm
good
gonna do
idea.
A pancake.
So just with your onions, if they've softened now, when this is done, we're going to turn up the heat and get frying these. So kids, if you whilst we're frying them in a minute, not adults. Kids, have you got any song suggestions whilst you can have a little kitchen dance around whilst the parents are frying the meatballs?
There's 18 people watching.
Oh, that's great.
Georgia is now watching.
Oh, hi Georgia.
Who's 17! No, 18?
Well, that's
17?
lovely, isn't it?
Huh? That's going down.
Oh, thanks Georgia for
Ah.
watching.
Who's
So
Georgia?
I'm not
Who's
sure.
Georgina?
Georgia.
Georgia, lovely. Well, thanks for
I'm
joining.
going to do like a sausagey ball.
Right, okay, yeah, keep going. How are you doing?
Like
So
this
we've got a mix of like sausage shapes here. Any song
That's
suggestions?
my sausagey ball.
When we start, I'm going to just turn the heat back on the
On the bone.
on the.
Okay, so they haven't missed the apple. It's later.
Oh yeah, the apple's later. Yeah.
What is that? What's that?
Fen wants baby shark.
Fair no.
Dance monkey.
Yes,
No,
dance
you know,
monkey.
we could probably have Tom up. Like, let me just put the
Wait,
heat
who
on.
said dance monkey? Who said dance monkey?
Would that be Holly?
Who
I
said
reckon.
dance monkey? Yeah, definitely.
Was it?
Someone?
Daddy,
Yeah, keep going, keep going. So I'm just putting the heat on.
Yeah, dance monkey.
Reheating the onions and just turning the heat up a little bit. I'm actually going to
I'm
put a
just
bit more
doing
oil in so the meatballs don't stick.
Look,
Well
look
done,
at
guys.
that looks like a muddy face.
Let's
Look,
see.
It looks like a really.
That looks
Look
great.
this way. It looks like a really. Those are the two little eyes, and
Right.
that's the big nose, and that's bogey. That's it.
Oh, great. That's lovely.
Where's the bogey?
So maybe kids, well, I don't know if you're doing separate meatballs, but when we did it the other day, the kids actually picked out the ones they made. So Freddie, you picked out your big meatball, didn't you?
Oh,
Oh, that's a nice one, isn't it? Right, I think we're almost at the end of that.
We're not at the
Yeah, we need to sort of crack on a bit. So let's.
My meatball keep coming apart.
What we're going to do now is, so hopefully you've done those meatballs. We're going to get these cooking, and whilst the music's on, and we're going to cook for about 5 minutes until the meatballs have gone a brown colour on the outside. This is going to be chance now to get the kids to wash their hands, just to check you've got this for afterwards, the chopped tomatoes and the beef stock, about 150, 200 ml. So we're going to have a little break for 5 minutes, cook the meatballs and do all of that. So let's go with the first suggestion, the baby shark. Let's do that. I'm going to
Then
get,
can we do dance monkey? That's the
and actually
second
just one, if you have chance to
No,
do
good
this.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have a bit of flour, it does say if you can dust the meatballs in a bit of flour before you fry them, but if you don't, I've done it without and it's fine. So if you can just quickly dust those in the flour, and we're going to get them into fry now. So let's get some music on. Let's get that. Right. minute. Right, that's it. Just pop them in. Right, and then you can go and wash your hands now. What was the next request? So we're just cooking the meatballs until they're brown on the outside. So we'll just give those meatballs a couple more minutes. Have you washed your hands? Right, this is dancing. So yeah, I'm just going to give it another minute and then we'll do the next bit. Right. Hello. should be brown on the outside. So what I'm going to do before we do our food experiment, can you just put a tin of chopped tomatoes in and about 200 ml of beef stock, and we're just going to let that simmer whilst we do this next bit. So let's just do that now.
What do I even do?
Well, no, actually we're going to do our first food experiment. So we've got a new chopping board.
Can't see it.
Let's put those tomatoes in. We'll do this beef stock as well.
That's it.
Granny, say hi to Granny and Gramps there.
Hi, Daddy.
Oh, hi Granny and Gramps.
What?
And Grampy.
Oh, hi Grampy. Are you making the meatballs as well?
It keeps going lower.
So we're going to leave that. We're going to leave that to simmer now. So we've just got the next. We might run over for it by a few minutes. So hopefully we've still got time for this. So with the food experiment, I said, could you, if you can, get some fruit.
Can I peel this?
Yeah, in a second. So we're using an apple, but if you haven't got an apple, it doesn't matter. So I want you to prepare this
And peas.
3 different ways.
And
So yeah, so can you think, how can you prepare this 3 different ways, kids? We want it 3 different ways. So you could do, why don't we peel some of the skin off? Let's peel the skin off, maybe.
It's not really a taste.
Just, you don't have to do all of it, just do a little bit.
Oh yeah, repairing a pea.
So,
What about repairing a pea? Like those
actually we'll do the peas in a mo. So
Well,
this one is do a bit of a peel, then put
I
it,
know what I can do.
yeah, how can you prepare it, yeah.
Can we get that little thing that you fluffy down?
Hmm?
Oh, take the core out.
Yeah.
Ah, right, yeah. Let's see if I can find it. I can't
It's
find it.
here.
Thank you. Yes, yeah, so you could take out the middle. I'm going to do
No,
this
no.
one. We'll just be careful because
No.
it's quite...
I'm doing this. I'm doing this, then doing the cook.
So yeah, hopefully the meatballs are simmering nicely. So
Let me
let's
have
3
a
ways of preparing an apple. So let's do
Ooh,
peeled.
good.
Let's keep that. You don't have to peel all of it either because we won't have
I
time to do all of it.
want to.
I know, we haven't got
But
time to do all of it.
Mummy, can
So
you
peeled.
peel all of this?
Yeah. So we've got,
It's gonna
you've
take
got apple.
ages for me.
Oh, that's alright. We've got apple peel. What about, if you got a grater there, could you do a bit of grated apple?
I'm doing mine.
So let's say 3
That
ways.
too.
Well, it doesn't have to be.
It does.
Well,
It
it
has
doesn't. So yeah, we've got some apple
to.
peel.
Okay, no. I know.
I'll help you do that,
What's
guys.
it called?
Let's go through it.
Ew.
So maybe kids, are you using an apple or are you using something else? Hopefully you can use an apple. So yeah, we've got peeled, grated, and what else could we do? We could do like little cubes. Yeah. So in a minute, have you all got your apple in 3 different ways?
So much juice.
Yeah. So what we could do little slices. You could slice it
No,
thinly.
I want to slice it like that.
Teddy, what are you doing? Are you slicing it thinly? Are you
Okay.
grating it?
Are there stopping tomatoes in yet or not?
Hmm?
Are there stopping tomatoes?
Yes, yeah.
Are they- yeah.
So I'll just double check again. So the stock. So now the meatballs are brown. You put the stock of the tomatoes in. So we're just simmering that now. So just little bubbles for a bit, and that's just going.
Okay, I'm going to do it like this.
Yeah, so that's just simmering up. So now we've got our 3 ways. So we've got
We have
pieces.
No, I've got 4.
Oh, fantastic.
No,
So
that's
this is where we do a
I've
bit of
got
a
grated.
taste test. So what I normally do, so the kids are going to close their eyes, and I'm going to give them one of them, and they have to guess what it is.
I'm
Now,
gonna do a little
kids, if you're
slice.
watching and you're not sure about apple, then maybe you can do that to your parents, and they can test.
Big
So,
slice.
Freddie, close your eyes. You have to tell me if this is which one you prepared. Are you ready? Ready? Now, what's that? Is that grated, peel, or cubes? Peel. What are you taste testing at home? Eva, let me do one with you. So close your eyes. Finish that last bit. Chew it down. Max and Freddie, are you using an apple today? Have you grated yours? Are you testing each other and closing your eyes? And how is a peel different? It's a bit tougher, isn't it, when you eat it? Hopefully the meatballs are just bubbling away nicely. Right, Eva, close your eyes.
So I've got grated, small piece, and peel.
Right, close your eyes. Let's do another taste test. So tell me what this is, okay? Ready?
Then that
Ready?
means so much
You're
away.
very trusting, Eva. What's that?
Grated.
Grated! Fantastic, good. What are you trying at home? Have you tried anything different today? How's the grated compared to like the peel? It's sort of juicier, isn't it?
I love that.
Now I did say about doing a vegetable if you got it. So we've got some frozen peas. So does anyone have frozen peas here? Anyone got frozen peas? What other vegetables are you using?
There's
Now,
1,000 people watching.
You know, a friend said about trying frozen peas with the kids, and I did not like the idea at all for myself, but they are amazing, aren't they? They are so good. So if you have got peas or another vegetable, how can you prepare this? So you could prepare some leave them frozen. What else? Can you maybe defrost them in your hand? If you've got peas?
Look,
can you defrost them? Freddie, can you defrost them? Look, see the heat of your hand.
Look, I can.
Let me just check
stuck
the labels.
together now.
Ah, right, lovely.
I'll suck it so it gets warm.
Right.
Ew.
Any more questions on that?
Okay.
Right, so if anyone's got peas,
I squashed it.
how are we going to prepare these 3 ways? I would say, you know, has anyone ever tried a frozen pea? They're so good, aren't they?
Why do I do this? I know what I can do.
So you know what we could prepare? We could do frozen, defrosted. Yeah, chop it. Or you could grab a handful and squeeze them and squash them. Kids, can you try that? Ted, are you doing that? Annabelle, what are you doing?
Teddy loves frozen peas.
Do you? Yeah, I've only just recently discovered them. So Teddy loves frozen
Look,
peas.
I chopped them.
Teddy, what
I
about?
chopped.
Oh, that's good. Teddy, can you squeeze them like that? Right, kids. Let's try. So maybe you could have a go at this, and your parents could give you different ways of eating peas, and you can taste if that's a squash one. Is it a squash pea in your mouth, or is it a frozen one, or is it a defrosted? Do you want me to do it to you?
Yeah.
Right, let me see. So
Look
you've got to
at it.
decide: is this squashed, frozen, or chopped? Okay. Ready? No peeking. Open your mouth. What's that? Squashed, isn't
Can you do
it?
it for me?
So
I haven't
maybe
done
kids, if you're
anything,
watching
but-
at home and you're not really keen on peas, then do it to your mum or dad or something, and they can try it for you.
You just said that with the apple.
I know, but I'm just reminding people, Eva. So let me just check. You can, if you want to, you can add a bit of chilli to this as well. So I think these meatballs have been cooking for about 10 minutes now, so they should be ready. Just have a quick check that they're still simmering. Right. Yeah, I think they're done. So if yours are done, we're going to have a little taste and then we'll be done. So stay there, kids. Let's just get you if you've got a little fork or something. So kids, are you ready to try one of your meatballs you've made? Let's give it a go.
Can you put one in play?
Actually, I'm just going to put it. Let's just have a look.
Mummy, get
And the way I serve this is if they're not you can have one each. If the kids don't want to try these, just serve it with some pasta, and they can just have pasta with cheese and it's on the side if they want to try.
I like pasta with this. I'm gonna have it anyway.
Right, let's have a little.
Might be a bit hot.
So it's going to be quite hot when you open it. So have a little taste.
You got my one.
Did I? That's lucky. I'm going to still keep them cooking anyway.
Fat sausagey.
Yeah.
My big fat. Oh, you got my hot dog. You got my hot
Oh,
dog.
did I? So kids, Max, Freddie, Georgia, are you having a little taste? Just be careful, blow on it first. It's quite hot. What
Why
do
did
they
you get
taste?
it on my apple? Can you enjoy that?
Sorry. What does that taste like?
Meatball.
But is it nice?
They've got apple in it.
It's got apple on it, that's great. I think I might put a little bit of chilli in and let them cook for a little bit longer. How is it, Freds?
Good.
Have we got a thumbs up at home? Do they taste nice?
Can you read
Anyone?
more beef?
What was I going to say? People who are watching, if you have time to take a quick picture of your meatballs or your child having meatballs and send to me, that would really help for when I do the next cook-along, and I can send it to people who are interested. So if you have got time to take a quick picture of what you're doing, that would be great. We maybe might do one next week if anyone's interested. Yeah, I hope the meatballs taste nice. We're gonna serve ours. Oh, great! Yeah. I'm gonna leave them to cook a little bit longer. I might just put a bit of chilli in, bit more pepper, and we're going to start the pasta cooking now. Have some grated cheese with it and just serve it all in the middle so you can all dig in. If you want this pasta, have pasta. If you want this cheese on it, and just, sorry. And just dig in and help yourself, and hopefully you've had a good time. You've found maybe some new flavours today. Hopefully we haven't gone too fast for you, and I think I'll leave it there. But yeah, have a great Easter. I think we're all going to enjoy our Easter eggs today, and hope you do too. Bye guys.
Bye.
Let me just check.